So we're entering the living room, the first front room of the Layton house. And it's a fairly large room, about 15 by 20. And as you see, we've gotten all decorated for Christmas already, since we're starting with the Host of Christmas Pass this weekend. And we do have guests booked for this weekend. What's significant about this house, I think, is that we have a lot of the furnishings, the paintings, a lot of the things Bobby and I have actually made ourselves. All the old roller shades, I was able to salvage those. They're purely decoration, they don't function. But I have painted the Four Seasons in the front two rooms. These are quarter-sawn oak doors, and I think what I love about them is that they're very, very, very heavy. And it takes a door whisperer to get them open and keep them from rolling back out. But they do all function, and they're a great room divider. I'm going to turn off this meeting. This room is set up like a dining room, and you see the fireplaces. We have 8 fireplaces in the house, and they each have different tiles. The mantles are all, of course, the quarter-sawn oak too. And we've had a lot of people that have been interested in some of these floors. We have had several people say we've got the prettiest floors in Tennessee. They were all hand done, and they change slightly the patterns from room to room. They almost look like wooden quilts. Corey Wyckoff would appreciate that. But a lot of all the artwork you see through the house I've done, with the exception of maybe a couple of prints. And I try to do it as it relates to some of the furniture as well. Some of the murals on the walls I've done, and one of the things that I think is really interesting is, again, the mantles change from room to room. Some of them have mirrors, and some of them have beveled mirrors, and some of them have different colored tiles. We think they were from Italy. A lot of the neighbors in this area actually have the same kind of tiles, and I think they were all done by the same artist. We did pull out the old propane tanks out of the fireplaces and replaced all of them with gas throughout the house, because one side was actually done with propane and another side was done with natural gas, which was kind of crazy. I have pulled out a lot of the wallpaper that was peeling, and whatever I was able to restore, I paid homage to it with some of the murals. So this mural in the hallway actually relates to a piece of the wallpaper that I was able to save on one end of the hall. And we have a fairly large hallway and staircase, and we do have an old attic fan, which we were able to salvage. So we'll go down into the first bedroom on the right. This was the couple that had lived here for 52 years. This was actually their living quarters, and they actually had this set up like a bedroom, living room, somewhat the same way that I've got it set up. This room had the pink paint on the mantles and on the doorways. I've actually painted all of it white, but I did leave one little area with the pink. And we did have to replace tiles in this fireplace. But we've got it set up like its own little efficiency apartment in here now, with the dining room, and we do have air conditioning units in all of the bedrooms, individual units. This is probably the original kitchen, or maybe it was put in, we think even in 1940 or 50, and it still has that style of cabinets I did paint the lower half of the cabinets white so they wouldn't look so much like a dark cave in here. And we were able to put in all new appliances. So this kitchen actually has a double oven and the original cook stove. And so we use this one as our cooking kitchen primarily when we have guests. But we will actually serve them in the next dining room that you see. We had to gut this bathroom, so this is set up with and fitted with a shower, but we were able to still kind of create the vintage look with the beadboard, I think. And this one we had to totally gut because there was holes in the floor, and the clawfoot tub that was in here was actually really bad shape. And so now we're going into the hallway, and we'll look at the other kitchen downstairs. And it's a cute little kitchen. It's all done in red and white. We did pull up all of the flooring in here, which was in real bad shape, and it was a linoleum flooring. So we have put a new refrigerator in here, and it also has a heating and air conditioning unit in here as well. This would be a pretty good little caterer's kitchen just for doing the desserts. We don't have a stove in here, but we do have access to gas where a gas stove could be put in later on. And this little lamp, this little chicken wire lamp actually has objects that I found all throughout the yard when I was digging around and we were putting in the driveway. And it's got little kitchen shapes and keys and an old button hook from shoes, probably from the 1920s. So a lot of those little shapes I thought were fun little artifacts. And we have one more bathroom downstairs, and it is a half bath. And when we pulled and here's a portrait I did of me and my grandfather. And like I said, a lot of the furniture throughout the house I've painted. And this old beadboard in this bathroom I thought was so interesting because it actually is the original paint, and it was under plastic melamine tiles, and I fell in love with the way it was distressed. I actually put a light color on top of it, kind of dry brushed it to distress it a little bit more. And a lot of the even though they look like they're original, some of these light fixtures I had to replace.